Everyone has their own dark secrets that they share with no one or maybe a select few. It's human nature and secrets won't go away unless we live in a dystopian future where all of our thoughts are collected in a databank. Have you ever wondered what the darkest secrets of the NBA is? Stick around in this video and I will give you guys the top 10 darkest secrets of the NBA. At number 10, we have Jalen Rose intentionally hurting Kobe Bryant. You may not think this is a big deal, but you're also probably not a professional athlete in the NBA and don't know the unwritten rules of their brotherhood. Jalen Rose was a great role player for several teams after being drafted by the Indiana Pacers in 1994. He would be involved in several playoff runs, and in 2012 he admitted to doing something that was a big no-no in the league. Rose would put his foot underneath Kobe Bryant as he jumped in the air for a shot in the 2000 NBA Finals. Bryant would then land on Rose's foot and would sit out for most of the game 2 and 3. At number 9, we have Michael Sweeney and his eating disorder. Michael Sweeney was on top of the world when the New York Knicks selected him with the 9th overall pick in the 2003 NBA Draft. He would throw out the first pitch at New York Mets game, be featured in the newspapers, and was treated as a king. Maybe all that comfort was the exact opposite of what he needed. By 2007, Sweeney was out of the NBA when failed to make the Boston Celtics after joining their summer team in 2009. Sweeney would battle weight issues his entire career, and in 2015 he admitted to having an eating disorder due to clinical depression. No one wants to admit having an eating disorder, especially if you have to explain to people you're clinically depressed. At number 8 is Kyrie Irving and his belief in flat earth. Do you spend a lot of time listening to Joe Rogan's podcast? If you do, then you probably know all about the flat earth conspiracy theory. If you don't know, flat earth has made a comeback in mainstream culture after a hiatus for a couple of centuries. Appearing on the Road Trippin' podcast, the outstanding point guard admitted to believing in the flat earth theory. He went on to quote, "It's okay to have your own thoughts and be able to function and be able to formulate your own thoughts and opinions and still be able to convey to other people. You may not think this is a big deal, however, he could lose out on endorsement deals, the respect of certain people who look down upon flat earthers, and may never be taken seriously in regards to conversations outside of basketball." At number 7, we have Stephon Johnson and his marijuana use. Stephon Johnson was selected in the second round of the 1997 NBA Draft by the Phoenix Suns. It's amazing he even reached the second round when you look at his career. He was never an all-star and wasn't the best player on his team. However, Johnson would be a great role player for many organizations, including the 2003 NBA champions San Antonio Spurs. Johnson would retire in 2015, but wouldn't come to admit that he smoked marijuana before games until 2017. While on the podcast I Am Rappaport, hosted by Michael Rappaport, Jackson said, "It's been some games where I smoked before the game and was on the bench after 3 minutes sitting on the sideline. Please come down. This high has to come down." It may not be his darkest secret, but it's definitely something he couldn't talk about while being affiliated with the NBA. At number 6 is Metta World Peace and his alcohol. He is definitely one of the better basketball players to come into the league out of his draft when he was selected by the Chicago Bulls in 1999. He would help the Los Angeles Lakers win an NBA championship in 2010 and is arguably the best defender of his generation. With that said, he has said and done a lot of things the NBA does not condone. We're pretty sure he has more secrets than he shares, but it was nice of him to be honest about one secret he had. In an interview with the Sporting News magazine in 2009, he admitted to drinking alcohol before the halftime of games. The crazy part is, he was still a member of the NBA when he said it. Number 5 is Lamar Odom getting caught in the act. Lamar Odom would be selected by the Los Angeles Clippers with the 4th overall pick in the 1999 NBA Draft. He won 2 NBA championships with the Los Angeles Lakers and a 6th Man of the Year award in 2011. Odom had a lot of potential and skill, but demons would plague him throughout his life. With his ties to the Kardashian family, Odom's drug abuse would be on the front page of many tabloids and websites around the world. Odom would reveal a lot of dark secrets about his relationship with ex wife, Khloe Kardashian, in an interview. "She caught me in a sleazy motel room in LA getting high with this one girl," he told US Weekly. "It was atrocious. Looking back, I'm like, what are you doing?" said Odom. Dropping in at number 4 is Chris Herring admitting to drug overdose. Drafted in the second round by the Denver Nuggets in 1999, Chris Herring would only play 2 seasons in the NBA before transitioning over to the international circuit. While a member of the Boston Celtics, Herring would be introduced to OxyContin, Vicodin, and Percocet. For heroin, these painkillers would be the gateway drugs to heroin. In 2004, he would be arrested for possession of heroin and eventually overdosed on the drug. He also admitted to purchasing crystal meth to satisfy his vice. At number 3 is when Magic Johnson admitted to having HIV. The 5-time NBA champion will go down as one of the greatest players in the game, but there was a moment in his career where Magic was enshrouded in uncertainty about his legacy. In 1991, Johnson held a press conference to tell the world he was diagnosed with the deadly disease HIV. Many people were and still are under the assumption that you're gay or bisexual if you tested positive for HIV. Johnson has always claimed he contracted the disease through heterosexual sex. However, his image would take a hit because of the stigma of homosexuality attached with HIV. One word could describe what Johnson went through during those years, and that's courage. Not only was he a member of the 1992 Summer Olympic Dream Team, he also gave HIV victims a platform to discuss the disease and hope for a better life. At number 2 is Michael Jordan actually admitted to being racist. The greatest NBA player ever, Michael Jordan admitted to being racist towards white people during his youthful years in 2014. For the African American community or black people around the world in general, this probably isn't much of a shock, nor should it be a deep secret. However, many people still live inside a bubble and don't understand the complexities of racial issues. Jordan stated, "I was really rebelling. I considered myself a racist at the time. Basically, I was against all white people." Jordan exposed himself and opened up a wound that would never be easy to close, and that's why it's considered a dark secret. As an owner of an NBA franchise, he could or has lost out on business deals and relationships because certain people either misunderstood where he's coming from or are racist themselves. And finally, for the number 1 spot, we have Jason Collins being the first openly gay NBA player. Jason Collins was selected by the Houston Rockets with the 18th overall pick in the 2001 NBA draft. Although the towering center was a standout in high school and college, Collins never transitioned into a star in the NBA. He would bounce around 7 teams before retiring after the 2014 season. Before he would retire, Collins would admit his biggest secret of his life in an issue of Sports Illustrated in 2013. He would become the first active professional male athlete in North America to announce that he is gay. As much heat as he got from his announcement, he also received praise from many both in the NBA and outside. Collins' secret was kept in such a dark place, his former fiancée, Carolyn Moose, didn't know about it until after the story went viral. That is it for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to slap a like on it. I would really appreciate that. That would help me out more than you can imagine. If you're new to the channel, remember, subscribe with those bell notifications on. I cannot stress that enough. Share this video and drop a comment. Let me know what type of videos you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching. I highly appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.